New at noon, Governor Asa Hutchinson is in Desha County today touring flood damage in the area. Hundreds of people in Dumas have been hit hard by this week's rain and flooding. Today's tour comes just a day after the governor declared a state of emergency for southeast Arkansas, making $100,000 available for recovery efforts. We have a crew following the governor, who is now visiting nearby farms impacted by this week's weather. We'll have more on his visit tonight at 5 and 6. And good afternoon. And thanks for watching THV 11 News at Noon. I'm Amanda Yeager. We hope your Friday is off to a great start, definitely a warm start. Thankfully, we shouldn't be worried about the potential for even more flooding today. We have meteorologist Scott Covert joining us with a first look at the forecast. I took a photograph of the 7-day just to frame it in my room because I'm so excited to not see any high rain chance levels. At least for now.
At least for now. High pressure certainly building in, which means today is much drier. We do see some rain on the radar this afternoon, just not near as much as what we've seen in days past. Let's take a look at radar across the natural state this afternoon. Not near as much activity, but in South Arkansas, in parts of the state, Clark County, places like Arkadelphia, Princeton, Fordyce, very spotty, isolated little pop-up showers, much like what we would expect this time of year. It is a warm afternoon. We're already in those upper 80s. We are likely to top out in the 90s, but it's going to feel like we're in the triple digits. You factor in all that humidity that's out there, it's going to feel anywhere between 100 degrees and 105 this afternoon. This weekend, much of the same. Thankfully, the rain chance stays relatively low, 20% chance both Saturday and Sunday. There is the potential for some thunderstorms in northwestern Arkansas later this evening that could potentially impact parts of that Razorback baseball game. We're going to talk about that as well as your extended forecast here coming up.
And some good news coming out of Stuttgart. The majority of the floodwaters there in the city have receded. Residents woke up to flooded streets and parks Wednesday morning. And some of that water was so bad, people were forced to leave on a boat. Now that the water is going down, people we spoke to say they're just happy it wasn't worse.
Everything is all right and didn't nobody get hurt in the process. You know, because usually when this kind of weather, someone will usually get hurt or someone usually have a wreck or someone usually get killed, but did nothing happen like that. So it's pretty good. I'm thankful for that.
Other residents we spoke to said they'll be cleaning up some of the damage from the water over the next couple of days. And remember, you can get the very latest on the weather and receive alerts on the THV 11 app. You can also watch live newscasts and special weather coverage. It's totally free to download in the App Store and Google Play. President Biden and other leaders from the G7 are meeting face-to-face for the first time since the start of the global pandemic. Skylar Henry has more details from the White House on the 7 leading democratic countries in the world.
All right, we got it.
The world leaders lined up for a socially distanced photo to kick off the 3-day G7 summit in England.
Good, everybody, thank you very much.
The first item on the agenda, how to end the coronavirus pandemic globally.
Be sure that we're beating the pandemic together and discussing how we'll never have a repeat of what we've seen, but also that we're building back better.
The group announced it's matching the U.S. donation of 500 million COVID vaccine doses to be sent to poor nations.
That's how we're going to solve this global pandemic, is the world's democracies coming together and doing the right thing to help people across the world.
While the G7 vaccine donations certainly save lives, it's also a counter to Russia and China, who've also been donating vaccines globally to gain influence. China and Russia are among a host of issues the group will tackle this weekend, as Prime Minister Boris Johnson explained following his meeting with President Biden Thursday.
There's so much that they want to do together with us, from security, NATO, to climate change.
But it's not all work. The world leaders are also having dinner with the royal family. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, Prince William, and his wife Kate are all scheduled to attend the reception and dinner. The menu includes locally caught roasted turbot. I don't even know what that is. I'm not that fancy. And then a dessert of, oh, this is a good one, strawberry pavlova. Very fancy. Very unlike what we're probably having for lunch today, Scott Covert. Catfish is on the menu. An Arkansas state trooper is now facing some legal action after using a pit maneuver on a pregnant woman's vehicle while pulling her over for speeding. Now, last July, State Trooper Rodney Dunn tried to pull over Janice Harper on Highway 67 167 in Pulaski County for speeding. Harper turned on her hazard lights. She said this was a signal to the trooper that she was looking for a safe place to pull over. 2 minutes later, she had not pulled over, so Dunn hit her SUV using the pit maneuver. It's a technique for ending chases. Her vehicle swerved into the divider, then flipped upside down. We have the exchange from after the crash.
Are you the only one in the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pregnant.
Well, ma'am, you've got to pull over when we stop.
I had my flashes
It doesn't matter,
on.
ma'am.
Arkansas State driver's license guide says if you're being pulled over, you should activate your turn signal or emergency flashers to indicate to the officer that you are seeking a safe place to stop. Harper is now suing over her injuries. State police will file their response in court. Her baby was okay and is now 4 months old. The ACLU is also calling on state legislators to investigate the pit maneuver, which resulted in 3 deaths last year. An FDA Advisory Panel met Thursday to discuss the use of the COVID-19 vaccine in young children. The meeting comes the same day Moderna announced it had formally asked the FDA to expand emergency use of its vaccine for 12 to 17-year-olds.
I'm pretty sure we're going to need the pediatric component of immunity to create the herd immunity we need.
The first mandate is to do no harm. And we don't know if we're doing no harm.
Last month, Pfizer became the first COVID vaccine available for that age group. The CDC reported that regular childhood vaccinations fell substantially between March and May of last year. That was according to a sampling of records from 10 states. Oh, from the gas pump to the grocery store, it hurts. You know, it hurts deep because it feels like we're paying more money for everything, and we pretty much are. The latest Consumer Price Index found prices on goods and services surged again in May. So let's look back over the last 12 months. We saw prices have risen 5%. That caps off the largest 12-month inflation spike since the financial crisis back in 2008. Business analysts say increased consumer demand is battling it out with a shortage of supplies, and that's showing up in higher prices on everyday products. Unfortunately, the price hikes may not even be ending anytime soon.
That's actually happening faster than employers can find suitable workers, and that's causing wages to jump a little bit. And then that can also lead to a vicious cycle where the companies actually have to raise their prices in order to make the equation work.
And this has a lot of economists worried that we're going to see a general rise of inflation for a while now, and not just for a few months. A new Consumer Reports investigation finds more than a third of consumers found errors on their credit reports. CBS's Dania Backus has more on why you should monitor your credit.
Robert Johnson checks his credit report up to 4 times a year.
I have a very common name, Robert Johnson. There's so many people with that name. So there has been instances where there have been errors on my credit report.
And he's not alone in finding mistakes. According to a Consumer Reports investigation, out of nearly 6,000 people surveyed, more than 1/3 had at least one error on their credit report.
This is stuff relating to where they have a credit card or how much in debt they are to a certain institution.
thv-at-Ejaz is a policy analyst at Consumer Reports.
These are errors that, if they're not fixed, they can impact a consumer's credit score.
And that impact could affect other areas of the consumer's financial life.
We all know that credit reports are used to determine the interest rate that a person can get on a loan. Credit reports are also referenced in quite a few employment decisions. They can keep people from getting a job.
29% of those surveyed found personal information errors, such as a wrong name or address, which Ejaz says can also cause problems.
They won't be able to access their credit report if they can't get through those security verification questions.
Complaints to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau about credit reporting errors have more than doubled since 2019. Johnson knows disputing those mistakes is not easy.
What was the process like in trying to get those things removed?
I had to contact the credit bureaus as well as write letters. It's very tedious.
But he also says it's worth the hassle to know his credit report is in good standing. Dania Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Consumer Reports is calling on credit bureaus to ensure credit reports are accurate and easy to obtain. During the pandemic, credit bureaus are allowing customers to get a free copy of their credit report every week through April 20th of 2022, not just annually as they had in the past.